This morning I would like to reflect with you on the Battle of Jericho. The 6th chapter of Joshua records the first battle of the Israelites when they entered the new land, new kingdom. This time the enemy is Jericho. God has a special way for things. On the first day, they are supposed to go around the city once. Every day, they are going to go around the city once. On the 7th day, they are going to go around the city one more time. So, total of them, total of 13 times. On the 7th day, 7 times. And on the 13th time, after that, they had a big shout. And the wall came tumbling down. This time the Israelites were supposed to go in and annihilate everything. So everything, including men, women, and animals. This time all the gold, metal, silver, jewelry will be given to God. This is the story of the battle in Jericho. As I meditate on this passage of the Bible, I ask myself one question. This was something that happened few thousands of years ago. Given the contemporary setting that we have, what is its applicability? As I pray, I notice there are 3 important truths. They are inalterable, they are unchanging. These are the 3 inalterable truths applicable to our everyday lives. And we shall learn from how God helped the Israelites conquer the wall of Jericho. What kind of a battle is this? I should say this is a new battle pattern. This is a new model of a battle. As you read through the Bible, from Genesis, as you read from Genesis till the 5th chapter of Joshua, you'll notice that you've never seen such model of a battle. Every day they would go around the city once. On the 7th day they are supposed to go around the city 7 times. A total of 13 times. Then the fall of Jericho. That's something that never happened, never occurred. Never did it happen before. Maybe in the future that will never happen. I should say this is a new pattern of a battle. Not only that, after 500 years, after this battle, 500 years later, this time the king of Judah was Jehoshaphat. So this time Ammon and Moab tribe would attack Judah. This time God used another model of a battle. What kind of is it? This time they sent the choirs to lead the battle. This time it's the choir leading the battle. The enemies use their knives and torches, but this time the Israelites use choir. What would the choir use as a weapon against the enemy? This time they use all sorts of musical instruments to fight the battle. This is not actually waging war. I should call that a mass suicide. If you follow God's pattern, sometimes you feel that it's very unreasonable. But in the end, as the Bible would say, when the choir started singing praises to the Lord of heaven's armies came out and fought the enemies again. Israel was victorious. What am I trying to tell you? There's something very important that I need to tell you. God always uses a novel, a new pattern. Church. For the church never used traditional old methods to bind yourself.
咱啊上帝是充滿着創意嘅上帝，
Our God is a very innovative God.
真正 creative，
He's a creative
佢
God.
需要真多辦法。
He has innumerable new ways.
一個成功嘅人
A successful person,
都是真 creative 嘅人，
he is always a creative
你
person.
要成功，
If you want to be
用
successful,
你嘅頭殼去笑，個笑，個去笑，
then you must keep thinking and innovating and creating.
唔通用舊嘅辦法捆綁人嘅發展。
Don't keep on using those old methods to bind yourself.
教會，你想繼續去頭前進步嘅時陣，
If church, you want to be in the forefront, improving yourself.
嗱，過去嘅物件未追查出呢傳統嘅捆綁，
Traditions should not bind you.
臨時教會頭前未講發展落去。
If not, the church will never be able to progress.
教會哋這幾十年嘅中間，
It is tens of years in church history.
咱是來靠着教會有進步。
I see that our church has improvements.
嗱，教會實在有進步，
If there are improvements in our
咱
church,
就感謝頭一代嘅領袖。
then we must thank the first generation of leaders.
頭一代領袖真正 open-minded，
Because the first generation of leaders, they are very open-minded.
然後咱教會只有真濟看法，真濟代志。
They give us lots of visions and openings.
Yes，咱有真濟失敗。
We have had many failures.
We tried and tried and error.
We have been trying and we keep committing errors.
We all learn from our mistakes。
But in this case, we all learn from our mistakes.
佢一個真正好嘅同工，
He's a very good co-worker in our church.
我最近已經有17年嘅時間。
He was my co-worker for 17 years.
就是我哋兄弟做十下，
This is Brother Joseph.
已經見面節年咯。
He's now with the Lord.
但你常常對我係心嘅裏面，
He always, however, lives in my
因為
heart.
佢是我嘅真正好嘅同工。
I should say he's a very good
每
co-worker
一
of
擺
mine.
當我提一個新嘅方法嘅時陣，
Every time I propose something new,
當有人反對嘅時陣，
every time somebody opposed me,
我哋兄弟都講一句話：
this brother always says,
唔要緊啊，
it doesn't matter.
試看咪唔要緊，
Let's give it a try.
呢邊都嗱冇成功咪唔要緊，
Even though it didn't turn out successful,
嗱唔冇試看咪就知啊。
unless we try, how do we know it will fail?
我感謝嗰一位同工，
I thank this brother.
教會咱需要一個真正 open-minded 嘅思想，
The church needs an open-minded attitude.
因為這個世界有一個真理是永遠未改變，
Because there's a truth in this world that's unchanging.
就是的確需要改變。
The only unchanging truth in this world is that change must happen.
這個會真正奇怪，
I find this phrase very interesting.
這個世界有一個未改變嘅真理，就是的確需要改變。
There is an unchanging truth in this world, and change is a necessity.
你若冇改變，
Unless you change,
你的確未成功；
you will never be successful.
你若未改變，
If you don't
你
change,
的確未進步。
you will never improve.
最近我看到一本冊，
Recently, I read this book.
講到咱做父母做家囡仔嘅辦法。
This book is about how to, it's about parenting style.
我感覺我真正受感動。
I was very moved
遇到
after
一個
reading
真
this
正
book.
特別嘅一個調查，一個 survey。
It made a very interesting survey.
82% 嘅父母教導囡仔嘅辦法是來自伊嘅父母。
82% of the parents, their parenting style come from their parents.
什麼意思呢？
What does that mean?
我嘅爸爸怎樣教我，我怎樣教我嘅囝。
In the same way that my father taught me this, then I would teach my son this.
我爸爸喝我，我喝我嘅囝；爸爸拍我，我拍我嘅囝。
If he yells at me, shouted at me, punished me, I would do the same.
We learn from my father, my parents.
This time we learn, this is the model that we learn from our parents.
82%。
That's 82% of all of them.
11% 嘅人是甲父母完全相反。
11% of the parents, however, would go opposite of their parents' style.
即款嘅較常是對父母真生氣。
This time, these probably are the parents who hated their own parents.
我唔愛我老爸，
I resent my parents. I resent my mother.
所以當我做老爸老母嘅時
As
陣，
I become a mother or a father,
我完全用相反嘅辦法。
and I will do the opposite as a way of resentment.
我老爸真夠拍，
In the same, my father would discipline me,
我就冇俾拍。
I will spare the rod.
Spoil my child。
This time I will spoil the child
我
instead.
老爸真夠 spoil 我，
This time my father spoils me a
可
lot.
能我就真夠拍我嘅囝。
Then I would use the other worst way, I would punish my son.
11%。
11% of them.
Only 7% 嘅人是 learn to be a good parents。
7%. Only 7% of the parents, they learn how to be good parents.
這7% 嘅父母，
This 7% of parents,
你重新學習，
they renew their learning.
怎樣做爸爸，
How to be a father.
怎樣做媽媽。
How to be a mother.